Section 1004. In the case of any state plan for aid to the blind which has been approved by the Board, if the Board, after reasonable notice and opportunity for hearing to the state agency administering or supervising the administration of such a plan, finds 1. That the plan has been so changed as to impose any residence or citizenship requirement prohibited by Section 1002(b), or that in the administration of the plan any such prohibited requirement is imposed with the knowledge of such state agency in a substantial number of cases, or 2. That in the administration of the plan there is a failure to comply substantially with any provision required by Section 1002(a) be included in the plan, the Board shall notify such state agency that further payments will not be made to the state until the Board is satisfied that such prohibited requirement is no longer so imposed, and that there is no longer any such failure to comply. Until it is satisfied, it shall make no further certification to the Secretary of the Treasury with respect to such state administration. Section 1005. There is hereby authorized to be appropriated for the fiscal year ending June 30, 1936, the sum of $30,000 for all necessary expenses of the Board in administering the provisions of this title. Definition. Section 1006. When used in this title, the term aid to the blind means money payments to blind individuals. Title 11. General Provisions. Definition. Section 1101. A. When used in this Act, 1. The term state, except when used in Section 531, includes Alaska, Hawaii, and the District of Columbia. 2. The term United States when used in a geographical sense means the states, Alaska, Hawaii, and the District of Columbia. 3. The term person means an individual, a trust or estate, a partnership, or a corporation. 4. The term corporation includes associations, joint stock companies, and insurance companies. 5. The term shareholder includes a member in an association, joint stock company, or insurance company. 6. The term employee includes an officer of a corporation. B. The terms includes and including when used in a definition contained in this Act shall not be deemed to exclude other things otherwise within the meaning of the term defined. C. Whenever under this Act, or any Act of Congress, or under the law of any state, an employer is required or permitted to deduct any amount from the remuneration of an employee, and to pay the amount deducted to the United States, a state, or any political subdivision thereof, then for the purposes of this Act the amount so deducted shall be considered to have been paid to the employee at the time of such deduction. D. Nothing in this Act shall be construed as authorizing any federal official, agent, or representative, in carrying out any of the provisions of this Act, to take charge of any child over the objection of either of the parents of such child, or of the person standing in loco parentis to such child. Rules and Regulations. Section 1102. The Secretary of the Treasury, the Secretary of Labor, and the Social Security Board respectively, shall make and publish such rules and regulations, not inconsistent with this Act, as may be necessary to the efficient administration of the functions with which each is charged under this Act. Separability. Section 1103. If any provision of this Act, or the application thereof to any person or circumstances held invalid, the remainder of the Act, and the application of such provision to other persons or circumstances shall not be affected thereby. Reservation of power. Section 1104. The right to alter, amend, or repeal any provision of this Act is hereby reserved to the Congress. Short title. Section 1105. This Act may be cited as the Social Security Act, approved August 14, 1935,